Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fun with LEGO Mindstorms EV3. Now guys, in this episode I will be showing off a fan suggestion, my first ever, by Teen Major, the LEGO vending machine. Now guys, this has like similar mechanics to a vending machine. I built it because it was suggested to me by Teen Major. And yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way, and now let's get into this awesome build. So you might be wondering why the different setup. Well, that's because this is so big that I really couldn't fit it on my desk. So that's how much work I put into this. I'll show you the mechanics behind it, but first I wanted to show you guys a little system that I had set up for it. As you can see, there are little color palettes right here. And if you go to the side of it, there's a small compartment with the color sensor. So each color is designated to a certain candy. As you can see, yellow equals Twix, green equals Milky Way, red equals Starburst, and blue equals Reeses. So yeah, now let's go for a test run. Alright, so guys, the first one I'm going to show you is Milky Way. So what's so cool about this is once you just put it in, it gives you the candy you want. It just pops out right in this little slot that I have fixed up right here. And there's your Milky Way. So I have all this candy pretty much left over from Halloween, so I figured why not use this inside the vending machine. So yeah, that is Milky Way. Now let's go for yellow. See what that gives us. Just put it in the side right here. Hold on. Well, sometimes it had a little bit of an error, but as you can see, it pretty much just pops right up here. And there you go. You have a Twix. Now, let's go for Starburst. And there you have it. You have two Starbursts. It's as opposed to like one of the big candy bars, you get kind of like two little ones. Now, let's go for Reeses. And there you have it, guys, the last candy of the four. Two Reese's little cups that you get with this. And yeah, so now that we have all the candy and I've shown you guys how it works, let's go and show you guys the mechanics behind it. So yeah, now that I've showed you how this vending machine works, let's move on to the back and I'll show you the motors and the main brick. So this part just kind of pops off right here, more or less, and I'm going to leave this part right here just to show you the little slot that you can put the card in. So basically, you basically have this whole entire array of conveyor belts and motors back here, but it's all just the same thing repeated 4 times over. But this definitely is probably my biggest, I'd say, build, like in terms of motors and sensors and all that. So this might be my biggest build in terms of that. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check back on some of my old videos. So, you might be wondering how this works. Basically, you have the color sensor right here, and the card just kind of fits in the slot right there. And according to the color sensor, whichever color it scans, it will then move that conveyor belt. Sometimes it doesn't move all the time, and there you have it. So yeah, it kind of like, it might take a little bit of delay if you're trying to scan it, but overall it does work pretty easily. And as you can see, once you have the color sensor hooked up here, it is then hooked up to the main EV3 brick back here, which is then connected to all 4 of these motors. Now whenever this moves, the candy is stored up here, and you might be wondering why I have this little blade piece right there. That is to keep the candy inside the conveyor belt and to keep it from going off to the side, so that will just drop down here in the basket. And you might be wondering how these 3, which are pretty much the exact same thing, you might be wondering how these 3 fall into the basket. Well, that's all thanks to this little ramp piece that I have right here. It could be a bit smoother, like I wish I had one of those big flat tile pieces, but this works too. Basically, you have the little ramp, and the conveyor belt leads to that ramp, and once the candy drops, it'll slide right into the basket. So yeah, that is how that works, and I'll show you guys a couple of the mechanics behind this. It's pretty easy to make a conveyor belt, nothing too special. And yeah, basically all of these are connected to 4 different colors, red, blue, green, and yellow. I would not suggest using black because black might screw up some of the color sensors a bit. I'm not 100% sure, but whenever I put in black, it wouldn't exactly work the way I wanted to. So I would definitely recommend red, green, blue, and yellow. And if you only wanted to use 3, I would probably take out the yellow. So yeah, that is how this vending machine works. So yeah, you guys, that was pretty much my Lego vending machine. This is my first ever fan suggested build, and it was suggested to me by Teen Major. If you guys want to have your YouTube channel in one of my videos, or if you guys want to see something particular or of your liking built by me, please leave a comment down below telling me what you want me to build, and I will consider it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really glad I got to make this build, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. It works flawlessly mostly. And yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.